In this video, we're going to be looking back at the power forward from the University of Kentucky, Oscar Tshiebwe. Tshiebwe is a relentless rebounding power forward. His rebounding is a difference maker, but he needs to improve his mid-range shooting in order to increase his NBA value. On the right column, we can compare Tshiebwe's measurables to the averages of the last year's stats of the 63 post players that were drafted into the NBA for the last 6 drafts since 2017. Stats shaded blue are in line with NBA draftees, green is above their college stats, and red is below. Now, stats aren't everything, but this does give some perspective on how players measure up to previously drafted NBA players. And right off the bat, we can see that Oscar playing the post is a bit shorter, although bigger than the average NBA drafted post. Better than average in points and field goals. Tshiebwe's splits are 60% from the field, 0% from 3 because he doesn't shoot any, and 69% from the free throw line. These are all right in line with drafted NBA players. And Tshiebwe is just the classic power forward. His real NBA skill is that he's just relentless on the boards. And we'll talk about more on his rebounding later, but he's just one of those guys that gets after the ball and he's just relentless attacking the rim. When we dig a little deeper, we can see that 77% of Tshiebwe's play types amount to only 22% of the play types that NBA teams most frequently run. In other words, he's really good at what the NBA de-emphasizes. We can see that where Tshiebwe shines is just in raw competitiveness. Dude's a competitor. The thing about Tshiebwe's rebounding is if 4 guys walk into a phone booth and somebody throws in the ball, Tshiebwe's going to be the one that's going to come out with it. Tshiebwe's good in short roll, and he's just really good at finishing around the rim. Shooting the mid-range is going to be the key in Tshiebwe having increased NBA value. He's got to be able to hit that 15-footer or that 8 to 10-foot face-up shot. And we can see from his shot mix that his jumpers are below average, although he's great at the rim and even on runners. Jumpers, not so much. Tshiebwe's need to develop mid-range shooting is never more apparent than in 2 games, the Kentucky game against the Razorbacks as well as against Florida. They decidedly made sure that they kept him out of the paint, and they just kept giving him that 15-foot jumper. And again, if you're open, there's a reason for it, especially in the SEC. They just kept giving him that 15-footer over and over and over again. Now, Tshiebwe would probably say, I scored 27 points in one game and 30 in another. Why in the world would I need to develop a mid-range jumper? And that's because the college game is very different from the NBA game. You're not going to be able to live off of post-ups and scoring at the basket where everyone is strong, everybody's fast, and everybody's long. But if he can somehow develop and shoot a 15-footer really efficiently, there definitely would be a place for him at the next level.